Welcome to the Sons of Hodir Daily's how-to video. After you've picked up your quest, you're going to want to head west to the corpse of the fallen warg. Here. Once you arrive at the corpse, you want to right-click your Ethereal Warg Fang that you received when you picked up the quest. This will then summon an Ethereal Frost Warg, which will run around the area, and after a short time find your Stormforged Infiltrator that you'll need for the quest. After you summon your warg, it'll take 4 to 5 changes in direction before it actually finds the infiltrator you're looking for. What's good about this quest is it puts you right in the middle of the spawn area for the roaming Jormonger needed for the Feeding Arngrim quest. What you want to do is target the Jormonger, use Arngrim's tooth that you received when you accepted the quest. What this will do is it will change it from a roaming Jormonger to a disembodied Jormonger. Be very careful not to kill it, because if you kill it you won't receive any credit for the quest. Now that you've seen both of these quests completed, we'll move on to the third quest, Polishing Hodir's Helm. The mobs that drop the item required for this quest can be found in a cave further to the west. This is what the entrance to the cave for the third quest looks like. The viscous oil you'll need is found from mobs inside the cave. As you make your way in the cave, you want to take your first left. You may see viscous oils along the way, but the majority of them spawn deeper inside the cave. The green viscous oils are what drop the viscous oil you'll need for polishing the helm, and they're usually surrounded by Jormongers. Don't bother walking around these, they're worth killing. They drop a worm meat, which is used in cooking to make critical strike rating food. After you've made your way outside the cave with 5 viscous oils, you can check that quest off your list. You'll want to look around and clear any Jormongers keeping you from taking flight, because we'll need you to mount up to find the mobs for your next quest. You're looking for wild worms that fly overhead for the quest Thrusting Hodir's Spear. Once you find the wild worm, you want to position yourself on the ground so it flies directly overhead. Target the worm, land, wait for it to fly over you, then use Hodir's Spear on it. This will drag the worm down to you, and you'll hop on his back. When you mount the worm, you'll see a panel pop up with 4 buttons on it. The first renews your grip, the second dodges incoming attacks, the third is a small melee attack, and the fourth is a large melee attack with a cooldown. The cooldown is shared by dodge and the large attack, so you want to be careful when you use it. The best way I find to do this is to alternate grip and the small melee attack until you see a chance to dodge. Immediately after dodging the incoming attack, use your large melee attack so you don't have to worry about the shared cooldown getting in the way. Repeat this process until the worm moves on to his next phase. When the wild worm's health gets below 20%, you'll enter the second phase, giving you only 2 buttons. The first applies a stacking debuff that increases your chance to hit with your Fatal Strike by 5%. You'll need at least 5 of these before you even attempt the Fatal Strike. I can usually get it done in about 10, but it might take you more depending on how lucky you are. Once you land a Fatal Strike, the worm will fall to the ground and you'll hop out with the completed quest. After this quest, you're going to want to head east, towards the frozen lake. That's where we'll do our next quest, Hot and Cold. Once you arrive at the frozen lake, you want to seek out the Brutal Revenants here. These mobs drop an item called the Essence of Ice. You'll need these to obtain the frozen iron scraps later. As you can see here, the spawn rates on the Brittle Revenants are fairly high, so it shouldn't take you too long to obtain 5 Essences of Ice. There will be some competition, but it should take you no more than 3 minutes to obtain all 5. Once you obtain 5 Essences of Ice, you want to head south until you see a mountain face, and then take a left until you see the anvil. Once you arrive, you want to go in and look for a small smoldering piece of iron. It's going to be a pointed object with smoke coming out of the top of it. When you find it, you want to get as close as you can to it, and then right-click your Essence of Ice. This will chill the smoldering iron scrap and allow you to pick it up, obtaining your first frozen iron scrap. Once you obtain 5 frozen iron scraps, you want to head out of the anvil and then due north, or we'll find the mobs for blowing Hodir's horn. As you head north, you'll find Thunderfall. This is the area where the Nephilim Forefathers and the Restless Frostborn can be found for the quest. Once you find a safe place to land, engage a Nephilim Forefather or a Restless Frostborn, or both if you think you can handle it. The Nephilim Forefathers cast a spell called Ice Spike, which will interrupt any spell casting, so use your instant cast spells when it's being cast. The Restless Frostborn apply a debuff, but it doesn't do much damage, so you shouldn't have too much to worry about. Once you kill and loot the Nephilim Forefather, or the Restless Frostborn, you want to target the corpse and use Hodir's Horn. This will raise the corpse and give you 1 credit for the quest. You'll need 5 of each type, Forefather and Frostborn, to complete the quest. They spawn fairly quickly, and even if there's some competition, they shouldn't be too hard to find. Here's my buddy DM Lance killing some Frostborn himself. Remember, he's the Panzerkin bitch. After you've killed 5 Forefathers and 5 Frostborn and raised their spirits, you can return to Dun Nephilim and turn in all your dailies. You should receive a good bit of gold and a good bit of rep for all these quests you've done. If you received any Relics of Ulduar during killing any of the mobs needed for these dailies, you can turn them in stacks of 10 for 250 rep per stack. This is a great way to speed up your exalted status. If you have any questions, comments, or requests for future how-to videos, you can leave them here on my YouTube channel, or you can whisper me or mail me in-game.